Welcome to this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review, a roundup of the highlights of government-related activities and programs that have taken place over the past week. In this program, we focus on the period January 19th to the 25th. Coming up, important bills passed in Parliament, national assessment teams prepare to conduct country poverty assessment, and Ministry of Labour to focus on efficiency and training this year. More details ahead. Thank you for joining. My name is Jacqueline Bryan. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis has taken measures to improve the efficiency of the Development Control and Planning Board by increasing the membership of the board from 9 to 13 members. This was done when the Development Control and Planning Amendment Act 2018 was passed into law during the recent sitting of the National Assembly. Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for sustainable development, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, said the amendments made to the Act will allow for greater administrative efficiency in the work of the Development Control and Planning Board and the effectiveness in the delivery of its mandate. Under the revised legislation, the Development Control and Planning Board maintains its 9 ex officio members, but will see the addition of 4 persons not drawn from the public service.
These 4 members, not drawn from the public service, shall bring the following competencies to the board. They should have knowledge and experience in commerce and industry, in economic and financial matters, legal matters we have now added, and any other areas of public interest relevant to development control and physical planning.
Prime Minister and Minister with responsibility for sustainable development, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. The Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment Bill 2018 was also passed in Parliament. It was introduced by the Minister of Public Infrastructure, Posts, Urban Development and Transportation, Ian Patches-Liburd. Minister Liburd said that the intention was for the amendment to provide clarification on a particular interpretation within the existing legislation, and for it to address other matters including improve oversight of vehicle inspection facilities, along with the requirement to produce one's driver's license when asked to do so by any member of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force.
A licensing officer or an examining officer designated pursuant to subsections 5 and 6 shall be permitted to enter the premises where vehicles are being inspected or are proposed to be inspected by an inspector for the purpose of verifying and monitoring the inspection process.
Minister of Public Infrastructure, Posts, Urban Development and Transportation, Ian Patches-Liburd. The Ministry of Labour will be organizing a series of workshops to ensure that staff members are adequately prepared and educated to carry out their duties. With plans to hone in on efficiency and training this year, the intention is to positively enhance industrial relations in St. Kitts and Nevis. Staff of the Department of Labour has been increased, and more workers have been assigned to labour inspection. The efforts also entail visiting various businesses and work sites to conduct an assessment of the employment conditions with particular care placed on occupational safety and health matters. And Senior Minister and Minister of Labour, the Honourable Vance Amry, explained what the objectives were during the recent sitting of the House of Assembly.
Through improved labour administration and inspection, the Ministry will be able to play its crucial role in improving working conditions for and ensuring compliance with labour legislation, preventing and settling labour disputes, promoting tripartism, working towards the transparency and fluidity of the labor market, modernizing employment services, and developing adequate vocational training systems in conjunction with the Ministry of Education and any other training institutes.
Senior Minister and Minister of Labour, the Honourable Vance Amri. The national assessment teams in St. Kitts and in Nevis are preparing to execute the first phase of the Country Poverty Assessment, or CPA. Both teams were involved in a one-day training workshop this past week. The workshop was facilitated by officials from the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, also known as the OECS Commission in St. Lucia. One of the facilitators, Sinovia Mooney, who is a research and survey statistician at the OECS Commission, said that the workshop was held to ensure that the National Assessment Team knew what the first part of the assessment entailed and how they were to proceed. Ms. Mooney said that the first part of the assessment to be done was the Living Conditions Households Budget Survey. She added that it was going to start in the next few weeks using a sample of targeted households. She also explained what the role of the team would be.
We are providing them with some guidance in terms of the role that they're expected to play, inform them on the materials and resources that are available to them, and to respond to any questions that they have at this time as they proceed with the implementation and conduct of the actual assessment. They won't be going out in the field, no. They have overall advisory responsibility. So basically, they provide guidance. They work with the different ministries and agencies to ensure that the CPA, which is the Country Poverty Assessment, is conducted as it should. They also look at the outputs and make sure that the findings of the surveys and the assessment as a whole are presented to government and result in the appropriate actions and programs.
Research and survey statistician at the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, or OECS Commission, Sinovia Mooney. And that wraps up this edition of the Week in Review program. I was your presenter, Jacqueline Bryan. Take care and join us next time.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. And watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.